Hello everybody, this is AG here, and a Merry Christmas Eve to all you watching out there here on the night of the 24th of December 2022. We are here to qualify for the finale race of the Turkey Hill Truck Series Season number 8, which will be tomorrow on Christmas Day, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, day to night, here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway, the Wawa 250 tomorrow. 42 laps around this mile-and-a-half racetrack, and we are going to have ourselves a championship battle. It's a very simple championship battle heading into this finale race. Obviously, Sebastian Kukulon has been one of the strongest drivers all season, but Laura Chung has been in that fight as well. And they come into this race separated by only 15 points. So if Laura Chung finishes 15 positions ahead of Sebastian Kukulon, and essentially gets 15 points on Sebastian Kukulon, because points for laps led and the most laps led could come into play tomorrow, Laura Chung holds the tiebreaker on the 75 of Sebastian Kukulon. Even though they have the same amount of wins coming into this race, Laura Chung has more second-place finishes, which is legally, and I actually just looked it up, is the next step in tie-breaking for NASCAR points. At least that's how it used to be. So Laura Chung has more second-place finishes, so if they tie in points at the end of tomorrow night's race, Laura Chung will win the championship. So Sebastian Kukulon might have to worry a little bit, especially if he does not get a good qualifying run. But Kukulon has the best average starting position of any driver this season by far. And there's a very good chance he's going to get a good starting position in this race and run strong in tomorrow's event. He's been very strong in the mile-and-a-half this season. And just think about what happened last weekend at Talladega. He was running in the lead pack and then blew a tire, and we all thought he was going to finish dead last. And then the big wreck happened that took out Laura Chung and Ryan Kinghart, and he regained the points. He'd actually gained points on Chung, and Kinghart actually took Kinghart out of contention for the title here at Homestead. So we're going to be down to only these two drivers, Sebastian Kukulon and Laura Chung, for the Turkey Hill Truck Series Season 8 Championship. And it's the last race of 2022 on the channel. And I gotta say, thank you to all you guys for tuning in this year here on the channel with all the races that we've done. I know this year was an interesting year compared to past years, but hey, you know, I'm glad we were able to finish out IndyCar. We were able to finish this out. I know the Wawa Pro Series didn't finish out, but that's turning into the Wawa Cup Series next year. And we had a great year on the channel, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and having a great year here on the channel. Looking forward to another great year in 2023 with the Wawa Cup Series, and we'll at least do the Indianapolis 250 next year, of course, as we always do. I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way with the series, but hey, we're going to have a lot of fun next year here on AG, the channel. Aliera to the top of the board in the number 20. She's got the fastest time. Now Derek Hamill has the fastest time here in Homestead qualifying. And Sebastian Kukulon down in the 10th position with Laura Chung ahead of him. Laura Chung is now second quickest here at Homestead. This is going to get very interesting if Kukulon does not advance his time here and Laura Chung starts significantly ahead of him on the racetrack. We could see ourselves a title fight. Of course, in tomorrow's race, you will see the points as they run throughout the race. But the big thing is, as long as Laura Chung ties with Kukulon, she's going to win the championship. So she has that slight advantage on the 75 there, with 4 second-place finishes on the year on top of her 4 wins. But she has not won since IRP back in early November. So it's been a little while since she's gone to victory lane. Kukulon, it's also been a little while since he's gone to victory lane. He won at Gateway, but since that Gateway win, we've had a bunch of different winners this season. Stapleton got the win in Iowa. That was actually before Kukulon's Gateway win. We also had Brad Stover go to victory lane once. Eric Drew grabbed the race victory. Ryan Kinghart grabbed another race victory, and then Shane Lake grabbed his second last week at Talladega. Chung is right now in the 8th position. 9th position now for Laura Chung. Sebastian Kukulon is, let's see here, 23rd right now. Not at all where Kukulon wants to be, and, you know, I was just singing the praises of his qualifying efforts this year, and here he is struggling a little bit here. And the issue for Kukulon here, the tire wear is going to come into effect, and at this point, with him being out there on the racetrack, I don't know if he's going to advance his time. He did advance his time right there, but he didn't advance it that much. Up to the 19th position now for the 75 machine. Laura Chung is to the top of the board. And right there, if they finish exactly where they are right now, tomorrow's race, Laura Chung would win the championship. But this is shaping up to be very, very interesting. If Laura Chung can hold on to a good starting position for tomorrow night's race, and that number 75 stays deep in the field. We're going to have ourselves a very interesting title fight. Kukulon still down there in the 20th position. If I'm Kukulon, I'm coming down the pit lane, getting some fresh tires, and going back at it again, because you don't want to be starting that deep in the field from the 61 machine. You don't want to be starting in such a position where if you finished where you started, you would lose the championship. And Kukulon, it's amazing how many things have happened to that 75 this season, that he is still the points leader by 15 points coming into this race. He should have clinched the championship in Las Vegas, basically. That's just how many things have gone wrong for this team in certain parts of the season. Talladega last week is an example. Iowa is a great example of that one. You know, he also had issues at other racetracks this season as well. But he has managed to really stay consistent when he has not had issues, and that has definitely been his strong suit. But if he's not careful tomorrow night, and there will be a cycle of pit stops, we got about a 33-lap fuel run, 30 to 33 laps around that time, so it's going to be near the end of the race as well. Strategy could come into play with that. It's going to be very interesting to see if Kukulon can get anything to go his way, but he's still 23rd quickest, and Laura Chung is still fastest here for Wawa 250 qualifying. This is going to get very, very interesting if Kukulon does not advance his time, and he's not really been doing much to advance his time out there on the racetrack, and considering how long he's been out there, I don't know if he will be able to advance his time considering the tire wear he might be having on that 75 machine. Laura Chung, Eric Drew in second, Nathan Ormond is third, Chris Tejada, Josh Williamson, Brad Stover, Noah Clifton, Memphis Fisher, Thomas Troxel, and Brian Webb, the top 10. This is the last race of the year on the channel. There's no Christmas Eve 500 this year. This is your Christmas Eve video. And all these drivers want to get that last win of 2022 on the channel, regardless of how it all goes down. And I mean, for all these guys, they want to get that last win of the season. It's going to be the last race of the year, and all these guys want to end out strong heading into the Wawa Cup Series next year. Assuming some of these guys will definitely be in the Wawa Cup Series next year. I know that's a fact there, as we have some contact and an issue between the 19 and the 52. That's going to slow some guys down just a little bit here. And that may make it hard for any of these guys involved in this accident to get back out there and get some more time on the racetrack. This is the last qualifying session I ever plan on doing like this for a major series, by the way. We're heading into the Wawa Cup Series next year, and with qualifying being a ratings aspect that you guys will be able to choose throughout the season, we will eliminate qualifying sessions such as this in an effort to streamline the series and make it a little bit more palatable for the viewer experience, and even for my own recording experience as well. So we can stop pretending things like that don't mean anything. Because, really, that did not mean anything. But this does mean something. Sebastian Kukulon, 27th. He actually improved his time just a little bit, but he is still massively deep in the field right now. Then the good thing is, it's a 42-lap race. It is a bit of a long event here at Homestead, so he's going to have a good opportunity at working his way through the field. But he's going to have to pass 26 cars to get to Laura Chung. Now, he only needs to be within 15 positions of Laura Chung, so all he needs to do is just stay ahead of her in points, and he has a 15-point gap. But Laura Chung, starting on the pole, could get a bonus point for leading a lap, could lead the most laps in tomorrow's race, and that's going to benefit Laura Chung a ton. So it's going to really get interesting. And you'll see that points battle in the top right corner as it goes down. I don't think this is going to quite be like the IndyCar Championship where Rodriguez had it the entire way through. I think Laura Chung's going to have a good opportunity up this title. This is going to be very fascinating. Little improvement there for Kukulon. Up to 19th. He may get one more shot at it here, but that's still in a position that Kukulon does not want to be in. They're in the 19th position. He is still outside of the championship lead if they finish in those respective positions. Now, granted, a 42-lap race tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of time and a lot of things that will happen. But it's going to be difficult for Kukulon to hold on to that points lead starting midway through the field there. The benefit he will have, it looks like he will start on the inside lane. So if that is in fact the case for him, it's going to go a long way in helping his drive to get to the front for tomorrow's event, which is definitely something that I expect him to do. A very solid driver, one of the fastest drivers on the 1.5 mile racetracks this season. No improvement on his time there, and that's going to be it. Laura Chung is going to win the pole for the Wawa 250. That is Laura Chung's first pole of the season, and it could not come at a better time for the driver of the number 61, because that is going to, if she wins the championship tomorrow, going to be the major determining factor to her winning this championship here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Like I said, she only needs to tie Kukulon to win the championship. She's got 15 points to gain. She might get one right at the start for leading a lap. But Kukulon there, midway through the field in 19th. This is going to be a fascinating finale race tomorrow, and hope you tune in if you can, of course. You might be spending time with your fam tomorrow, and I perfectly understand, but that's why the video stays up afterwards. But if you can make it at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the Wawa 250, the finale race of the Turkey Hill Truck Series, I think you'll be pleasantly entertained on Christmas Day. I sound really weird when I say that. Laura Chung wins the pole for the Wawa 250. Eric True, Nathan Orman, Chris Tejada, Josh Williamson, Brad Stover, Noah Clifton, Memphis Fisher, Thomas Troxel, Brian Webb, the top 10. And you take a look at the rest of the results right there. We do have a tie between Hightower and Aaron Abel. Joey Hightower holds the tiebreaker there. And that is the only tie in the field, so that is exactly how they will line up for tomorrow's 42-lap race here from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus. I know that was yesterday. Whatever you celebrate, make sure you have a good time, and we're going to have a good time tomorrow with this Wawa 250 in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Have Andrew Miller alongside to join us for the final race of the year, and looking forward to see who wins this Turkey Hill Truck Series championship here in 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Merry Christmas Eve and Happy Holidays, and I will see you guys later.